popping heads.
That's
quite
scary.
a dangerous factor, right? So here we go. We are going to get into the game, Lauren. It's Infused on the T side, and Method chasing Infused will be on the CT side. Here we'll have a look at the buy for the Ts. They get a couple of smokes and flashbangs as well. Smoke towards window. I think this could just be a Mirage. It could be a bit of a ruse just to kind of take vision away from the CTs.
Well, Method have put themselves in the right place. They need to still land the shots. They still need to go through the motions of what it takes to get these kills, but they have 3 players pretty much towards the B site. Stanley's a little looser towards short, but still, that's a nice shot from Weber, and if he gets going, this is where things get fun. Pulse is there, Stanley connects, and there it is. Method with a big shutdown on this B site. Red Snake and Mick, you've got to fight against the odds here, and they're doing it. Red Snake comes in swinging. That's 2 back for him. Bomb's not to hand, though. That's an issue, and you can see the surround now from Method.
Yeah, very promising situation for the CT side. It's Red Snake down on 1 HP. He has found 2 frags, but I feel like he needs Mick to step up here. He's upgraded to the Silent USP, gives him a bit more range to work with here. They have a minute to work with here, but the CT's being very disciplined. Don't want to give too much away, but as I say, that Stanley gets dropped. Now we have a chance, 2-on-2 situation, another headshot for Mick. Now it's a 2 versus 1. Why are the CTs giving them so many opportunities here? The bomb is not down. It doesn't make sense. Now it's down to Neilzino once again. Red Snake knows. Taking that wide face once again. He wants to get the bomb here, but they need to go together. They need to be very careful. Headshot comes in. I don't know how Red Snake wins that duel. I couldn't tell you why. He didn't land that 1 bullet, Neilzino, that is, but what an absolute blunder of a round from Method. They had the advantage. They had Red Snake down on 1 HP, and you give Mick an inch. He's going to take a mile, and he just hits the 1-taps all over the place, and there's no real reason to push that, Lauren. No. You've got vision of the bomb. They have the plant. You've got the man advantage as well. Why are you giving him individual duels there?
I almost forgive him finding the player on short. That was his kind of like, I guess if it's a puzzle, that's your first piece, right?
Yeah.
But then he should never be able to get there cleanly, nor be able to then find the 2 players in kitchen. That was where it should have stopped. But I think this is where you see those kind of internal issues being very visible in game, where the communication's not great. They're not just in, mindset's not in the right place. Because you shouldn't lose that. You shouldn't lose those situations the way it played out. That aside, though, first round, of course, now does sit very favorably with Infused. They do have the rifle up as well, mixed right on that one. Can't really blame him. The others, SMGC UMPs do operate very well still, even after the nerf. There is still so much viability there. A little bit of a smoke in towards short. And we'll see how this one pans out off the back. But the bomb's still at the top of mid, so again, no real intentions of ending anywhere just yet. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, we'll see. It's looking quite promising right now from Infused, I have to say. Nice discipline round, getting some basic mid control as well. Still a few smokes to work with. They've got that 1 rifle in their hands of Mick. Obviously getting a few kills in the pistol there. Boosts his bank balance, but it's all falling apart here. 3 kills in total for Method, 2 from Stanley, and it's just a basic face check. We talked about the idea, Lauren, of using your utility to eradicate these risks. Nothing at all there, lining up for him, and now the round's starting to fall apart. It's a 4-on-2 situation. Red Snake and Trials. Red Snake not known to be the biggest fragger within the team. He's starting some headshots here, but can't find them just yet.
2 players on site. Trials there. Young man, of course, going to have to step up and clear the site out of threats. And, well, there's one. Weber, though, going to make it uncomfortable, awkward, and that buys time. That allows the rest of Method to get into better positions. Pulse now around the back. That's good from Red Snake, but they're so low. That's when the deagles become even deadlier. Ooh. And there you're seeing it. Weber even finding the headshot. Didn't need to find that much, and there he is again. That's Weber starting to feel out the game, maybe. That's exciting to me as a prospect because, as you said, if he starts to just kind of play his own game, which isn't good in the overall picture of things, something you don't always want that in our player, but if he's in that mindset where he's like, I just want to play my game, I just want to get kills, get in their faces, be unleashed. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. The perfect metaphor is take him off the leash, just let him run around and do whatever he wants, because he is a star player, probably the most skilled we have in the UK, like in terms of the highest skill scene, I think.
Look, I'm saying Smooth is getting there.
Oh, yeah, no,
but he's another one.
Fair enough.
He's another one that you want to unleash sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. When he has to leash, you can tell when he's dropping 30 bombs here today. He looks very good indeed. But yeah, Weber definitely has the potential to hit those dizzy heights 100%. As well. But Infused, I have to say, what a blunder. Not the ladder room. Just flash it. At least just throw a flash in there. Something. Don't just walk in lining up 1 by 1. Don't do that.
But it's things like this that don't seem like much at the time, but then you look back, you watch the demo back, you think, why on earth did we do that?
We could have avoided that heartbreak.
This could be a clean 3-round, nice start, money's looking good, we're in the heads of Method now. It's like, okay, well, Weber's having a nice little game, he's got the deagle out. He's starting to feel better about himself. Neil's there, going to put up some numbers. Fry, the first man to be found. That's now bomb down in a bit of an awkward position, but the rifles are here. They shouldn't falter. Mick's going to find Jenko, but that's not the end of the world. That's a little uncomfortable. Red Snake shouldn't be able to get that much done, but still, they should be able to find these rifles.
No emotion, of course.
I've never seen Weber smile.
Nothing at all. Just silence. But there's some silence as well. Neil obviously not up and about just yet after winning the pistol in quite an interesting fashion as well, getting shut down. Certainly going to affect the morale of the team. And for now, another Rico at least. That was the force buy in the previous round. But 2-1 is the overall scoreline. Method with the lead for now on the CT side. It is more favoured on Mirage. Most teams will opt to go CT first. And Genko surely gets some frags here. Another players in front of him. Playing conservatively though, baiting his teammate Pulses in connector. He finds the first frag, using some good flashbangs now. Good HGs as well. That should do some considerable damage with Speed Pulse challenging here, looking for some frags. The aim's not quite there, unfortunately, though. Overwhelmed, and he does go down. It's a 4-on-1. Mick, only with the Glock. Lauren's enjoying herself. You want to find that one?
It's those horrible panic moments. Like, I was expecting one. I had a molly nicely ready for top of mid.
Yeah.
Didn't get to use it. And it just
it all fell apart. I think it's one of those points when you miss the first few bullets, you just say, right, I'm dead.
Yep.
You just kind of check out.
Knockback comes in, you're just like,
Yeah.
well.
I'll just let myself go down now.
It just makes me giggle.
Yeah.
All right? I find real joy in mostly other people's misery. It's mostly Alex, to be fair. It's lucky he's not here this week, so that's a bit of a shame.
I'm sure he'll make an appearance at some point. Who knows?
We can only hope so. He's doing some small gig elsewhere, though.
Yeah, like
a
small
wizard
esports
game.
thing. He wishes he was there.
Absolutely. Have you seen the caliber we're watching here?
Well, for now, Mick
For now.
trying to step up. He's got the P250 up and about towards middle. It's a 3-on-1 situation. He's got no armor, no nades. He's got the bomb though. 35 seconds remaining. It's this point he's just trying to frustrate his opponents, I think. Just make them walk into his crosser. Hopefully try and take a duel. He can't really get that bomb down, but he does find a rifle. That boosts his chance by about 5%, I'd say, at this point. If he can get some sort of a kill going, maybe he's got something to work with, but it looks like he might just save. Time is ticking away, 20 seconds. Doesn't really have the option to really get to a bomb site now. Smoke available. Just trying to hold on to the M4, it seems. That means he gets no money to the next round, but maybe that's not such a huge deal considering he saves the M4. 8 seconds down. Definitely saving this point.
Yep. But not bad. All in all, there's a couple of problems across the board here and there, losing out the two players in connector. Probably not the way you want things to go. A little bit of a, the pinch and mid worked to a degree. It got a couple of guns away, but still. Round on the board. And it's very, very quiet still in that Infused camp. You know, even in the down rounds, you do normally hear, that little stir of a conversation. Where am I going?
Where am I going? That's an age-old question. Maybe he's been quite philosophical there.
That could be it.
Yeah.
That could be
Well,
it.
round number 5, like we said, that's saved M4. We're doing something here. We do have a buy from Infused, but aggressive play from the CTs is Weber with the AK-47. Takes down Red Snake. It's a 4-on-4 though. Aaron striking back as he finds Stanley as well, but headshot in the process down towards 29 HP. They still have the advantage though. Yeah, sure, Aaron's low, but 4-on-4 technically favors the T side here. 3-1 for Method, but now they are spread a little bit thinner in the defense. Genko on the AWP, and it's Fry working the A ramp right now. Bomb's still down towards middle, so they won't be committing just yet.
So the one comes towards it. I don't know if it's fully around the corner or not. I'm hoping that it's not fallen that far forward so they can actually spot for it, but just need to be a little careful upon retrieval. It is a little further around, so they've had to commit one smoke to it. It's not the end of the world. No one's actually actively watching it anyway. They've fallen off this, which is fine. Neil's already pushed up a little bit towards the apartments. I like that. You've got Pulse in towards dark. Nice kind of early warning systems to either sites. And the others can just work off the back of it. Fry is a little bit of the, the red kipper as such. They want him to believe in this maybe a little more. Hope he could get some room to work. They could change up off the back of it, but Pulse finds him very easily. Mick making a bit of an individual move here until he does get the support coming in from Trials through connector. And that bomb is going towards ramp. This will be an A hit, and it's got, 36 seconds to come through.
We'll see if they can do anything with this one. Bomb down, like you said, at A ramp, and it's Mick coming in with Trials as well, trying to find the first pick. That's some damage towards Shadow, but that's all he'll do. Jenko with the AWP, starting to do some work now, finds a kill on Aaron. Time ticking away. Trials waiting for the rotation frags, but they won't be coming in. It'll be Neil Zeno who's coming from short. Looking a bit desperate now. This has been Infused. They don't really look their best, but that's a nice shot from Trials. Now it's a 2-on-2. Bomb should be planted, but the smoke has dissipated down towards CT Spawn.
Nice. Now they can plant. Neil's... There was no safety there for Mick to actually plant. That was the problem. That's why you needed Trials to actually find some sort of safety in CT. Finding the 2 kills is perfect between them. Now Neil's on the playback in. Mick already going to be repositioning towards default, 1 towards CT. He's going to spot the shoulder there, I'm pretty sure, if not even the Shadow in there. Trials, lovely little watch of his teammate. A bit of a fight back in. That round started to look a little dire there.
It did. I thought Method had that one tied up, but Trials doing a tremendous job there, getting towards CT spawn, finding 2 big frags as well, applying the pressure and giving his teammate Mick an opportunity to get that bomb down and leaving Neil Zenu in a very difficult situation indeed there. We saw he got vision of the first player there, but found out taken down from CT spawn, and it will be 3-2 now. Still in favor of Method. They will be buying into this round. I see Jenko bring out the AWP once again. I'd like to see him get a bit aggressive. It goes towards Connector, but a Molotov's down there. Can't really challenge. Will be trying to find the first shot, and indeed he does. He does take a bit of damage. I thought that would do more to him. He seemed like he bought himself a couple of seconds there while the Flames were making their way towards his position, but finds the first shot. That's what he had to do here. He has to work hard for these frags. You can see his teammates down to 2 pistols, lacking utility as well. He knows he has to find that first kill. Takes down Red Snake to open things up.
Can't ask much more, really, as well. Getting away with 75 HP is just lovely too. Smoke in towards window. And now we see that mid-control building. But you can see the response really from the CT side. They lose out somewhere, they try and push elsewhere. Now, Fry actually finding Pulse is pretty big. There is still one player towards ramp, and that's Neil, so he could be a real thorn in their side. He does only have a CZ. But it looks like Fry's actually checking on it. Lovely work from Fry. That's good work for him to just check through all of the options.
That timing, that's like just CS in a nutshell right there. That 1 second difference, like Neil gets that kill all day long, looks away just at the last second and gets taken down for it. That can be a very key frag indeed, but it's Infused to find it. It's going to be a 4-on-3 situation. Jenko, though, still with the AWP, watching towards A ramp. Smoke's available here. Doesn't look like that he's want to use them just yet. I would say smoke off CT spawn is a necessity at this point. They are lining one up. Molotov used towards Sandwich. And surely the first smoke goes towards CT spawn, but they don't want it. Mick keeps his kill away for free, essentially, there.
Yeah, I'm really, really curious where Fry didn't put that down. He had the smoke. He had every option to do stuff, but I don't know. 20 seconds now remain. It's Fry and Aaron, and nothing's worked out. Yeah, you've got to say it's almost over. Aaron, certainly talented, but 13 seconds does get a full plant in. Okay, this becomes a little bit interesting now, but ignoring the fact of Connector, takes a gamble. It doesn't work out. Yeah, they went for what we call a contact play. They're trying to surprise the CT defense by walking into the bomb site, hopefully catching a CT with sniper, rotating, maybe not ready for it, but on the AWP side and CT spawn, I think you have to smoke that. Even a flashbang would have been enough just to bait out the shot, but nothing, walking out like that. Mick got punished for it, and then the round seemed to fall apart. They got a frag in return, and the bomb did get planted, but it still seemed very comfortable for Method towards the end of that situation. And we can see now Method still discussing their approach here. They have shown a nice mixed bag of strategies here on the CT defense. Good to see them getting aggressive there, pushing towards Palace, towards middle, finding those first picks. I actually like what I'm seeing so far from them in terms of the tactical approach here. And we'll see whether Jenko can keep up that good performance with the AWP. I'd like to see him move around his position every single round. So this time, indeed, going towards B. He's been towards middle, he's been towards A. And we have got an underpass push coming in from what I believe was Pulse. This is a partial buy from Infuse. 5 players towards A will be a smoke attack, CT spawn, steps, jungle, flash over, and try and get that bomb down. Still, you do have a chance to win these rounds, although it is a little bit unlikely. We'll see what they can do with this one. I'm just hoping that Method go full retake. No, don't like the way that Stanley's just pushing into this. They're going to go full in towards jungle. That's quite lucky. He comes back around on this one. That could have gone very poorly.
Not by design. That was a little bit lucky for him.
But he makes the most of it. Yeah. But still, that was very fortunate for his favour there. Red Snake now in trouble, and he knows it. There's a matter of time. The smokes are dissipating. You're left in no man's land. They don't have the bomb plant yet. And there we go. Pulse now just kind of adding insult to injury. As Fry surrounded all fronts. We're going to find Stanley there, but you're not going to get out of this one alive. As much as I'd love the idea of it, not going to happen.
There it is, another round for Method. Looking pretty good here, I have to say, on the CT side of Mirage. That was the partial buy, like I said, for Infused, meaning they're trying to get the bomb down there. Sure, with the running gun potential of the Tech-9s, maybe not so much anymore with the nerf, right? It's not as powerful as it once was, but still has range, and it can be a very powerful pistol indeed. But 5-2, another buy coming in for Infused. Red Snake with the Tech-9. Certainly the in-game leader, not the highest frag. If anyone was going to be on a pistol, he probably wanted to be him. He has shown us some good Tech-9 rounds on Cobblestone, so why not? We'll see what he can do with it.
And he's doing his role here. He's essentially selling that there's a lot more presence in mid than there actually is. He's got a smoke he can play up towards short if he wants, or back into connector, allow for the plant to come through. Plenty of use, but it's Mick really, the headliner here with Trials. They've already worked through towards A. This is the, I guess, more dry hit they were looking for before. The AWP's not quite into place yet for Jenko, and there's Red Snake. That's lovely. Good timing, good pressure, make them uncomfortable. You see Pulse has to respond to it now, but look at him go. Red Snake isn't just going to be sitting resting on his laurels. He's already through towards window. That was completely unawares. This could be huge.
Oh, yes, it could. Yeah, sure, Red Snake doesn't have a weapon, but he does have the element of surprise. Or does he? Weber, too good, very aware of the situation. But Fry, he is fighting back, but only gets 1 kill in return. It got exciting, Lauren. Certainly that kill coming from Red Snake as well. I was surprised he didn't manage to pick up a weapon, but tried to have the quick approach, jumping up in towards that window position. Pulse called it, though, and he said he couldn't find him. And it looked like they're getting a bit frustrated in the Infused camp there now. I heard you did not call. Was that something that one of the younger players let slip by, maybe a key piece of information? Neil seems to be punishing them for it. We'll just listen to this now to kind of get some insight.
And just hold for the push through bench. That's all you need to do. You don't need to worry about CT. Just don't even go that side. That's all you need to do.
We have the advantage of no one throwing it away.
Well, the smokes are bad, that's why.
We need a
Who's
CT
smoking
smoke.
jungle? I'll smoke jungle. That's my jungle. I can smoke jungle.
Well, as you can hear, just discussing the approach into the next round, it sounds like some sort of A execution coming from Infused, and we'll see what that works out for them. You can hear them discussing the smokes, who's going to throw what. It seems like it's a bit of a bespoke tactic for this particular round. They're kind of coming up a bit on the fly, and we'll see if it works out for them. But you can definitely sense a bit of tension there in the Infused camp.
And I'm pretty sure it's almost what we saw before with that very quick jungle pressure. Essentially, you can negate any presence from that orb if you do the close sight smoke, and then you do the smokes, kind of the change up once towards jungle, where it allows you a bit of a route through where you can find that pressure. So again, we'll see if that's maybe what they're looking for. You have seen the punishment coming out from CT. Jenko is there. Weber dismantled it with that nice awareness coming through in the last round. Let's find out what they go for again. Maybe not this round, we want to be seeing it. Maybe see into the buy. We'll have to wait and find out what Infuse's plan is. But you are hearing a little bit of a rumbling of, you know, not so happy on the Infused boys.
No, they don't seem like they're in a great position right now. But Jenko, he certainly is. He gets that first shot, but here we go. The fast play with the Tech 9 is going to be Weber, though. We've been building him up all night, starting to deliver some headshots now. There's two of the M4A4. Not done just yet, it seems. His teammate Jenko rotates in, and there's the final frag. Good, confident frags from Weber in general. Looking quite stern there, I have to say. Like we said, no fist bumps, no sign of emotion whatsoever, but his head's in the game, and he's concentrating on the kills, Lauren, and that's fine by me.
Yeah, no worries.
So they're going to stack the A site, and we know Infused are planning some sort of tactical execution towards A as well. I like this insight we're getting right now.
Nice.
Let's see if it builds up into the bloodbath I'm imagining right now. So this
Let's
could be...
see. I'm wondering if they do the smoker. They only have, what, 2 left? Trials and Fry. They're going in dry on this one, basically. Niels can smoke out Palace. I want to see how they get past Jenko, basically. Where's the plan in that? They've double stacked CT almost here. Weber's playing an off angle too. This is very tricky. That's how they want to do it. Faced with 3 players, but then there's Weber, a new addition, a new change up, and they have really caused a problem. And look at Niels waiting patiently to strike, and it's down to Red Snake here in the 1v2. Certainly possible. But he's going to have to dig deep here. Bomb down right in their eyesight. He needed that shot to land crisply, cleanly, so he could focus on the next target. But locked out now, 17 HP. And not much hope in this one.
Not much hope at all. Certainly not one of the star players, Red Snake. More of the brains of the operation. 17 HP, but there's a shot. Something to work with here now. It's that Angel duel once again. Neil Zenio versus Red Snake. This time, Neil coming out on top, and Red Snake doesn't look too happy at that one. We can see the different approaches there. We did hear that Method were going to stack towards A. We saw Method having Weber in the B side in the previous round. Funny headshots. This time he comes towards A. Bit of a stack. Hits the shots required. Bit dicey towards the end. The 2v1 comes down to the 1v1, but Neil delivers the goods and finds them around number 8. It's 2 for Infused and another buy available, but not the best of buys. You can see Trials just down to the deagle. They're opting for utility. So his teammates with the AK-47's the armor. He's gone with the smoke and 2 flashbangs. What's the play here? Nothing to work with, really. They're relying on purely the aim of the AKs here. But Mirage, not one of those maps you can really get away with absolutely nothing. But Jenko might be smoked out here. They'll have to use one more of their smokes here, or Aaron just takes the clean duel. Jenko spots the foot of him, waiting for him to make another mistake here.
Double face towards middle. Oh, God, that's very odd. That's...
Bessie.
It really is. You can see the intent, the theory, but it doesn't pay off very well when Jenko can almost get away like that, and then the support comes in through connector or short. This is a little bit worrying for Infused. They've really dropped off here.
Yeah, this is their map pick as well, so not looking too fantastic on the T side here, I have to say. So, what have they got left to work with here? 2 AK-47s, Trials on that Deagle as well. It's up to Red Snake, trying to find that frag. That's a bit of damage there towards the A side, but not finding the frag just yet. 1 minute remaining. We have Trials in the underpass, but the CTs with control towards short. Weber, very assertive player, will be calling for his teammates. He's happy to hold B right now. He knows what they're up to. Falling back, he still has the smoke to work with. He can smoke off towards apartments. Ideally, do about the 35-second mark. He buys so much time then. He forces him to go back towards A, essentially. We'll see if he drops that smoke momentarily. That would be an ideal play right now. I would say right about now, you want to be dropping that smoke in the B apartments.
We'll see if he has the same inclination as you. A little bit of a junk peek. Has a go again, spots him out, smoke goes in.
Okay.
He's just going to fall off it. It makes it very hard to get past this position. They have to openly face it, so it does buy time. It will mean that the site is pretty much theirs, but he can play off this angle now. And if he's confident, he will do just that. And it does play in the rest of his team, and Pulse is the one to keep it all in check. credit where it's due. Method are in their heads here.
Yeah, I like that quite creative play from Weber there. The idea, obviously, I was suggesting you could smoke towards apartments. That's
Yep.
one idea, but the fact is he right-clicks the smoke in front of him, meaning he's safe in their bench position. They can't rush him down unless they want to go grey screen. He funnels him towards the bomb side there, and his teammates can mow them down from the window position. That's quite a cool idea as well. And it's Method, you're absolutely right, looking very good at this point. Infused certainly dropping off here as we enter round number 12. They have to go with another partial buy here. The buys have been a bit all over the place, I have to say. Haven't really looked that confident. We haven't really seen the AWP come out at all. And it's Fry now. His teammates going fast towards shore, but it's Pulse, and he'll be finding the headshot there from the Tech Knights. The Tech Knights have been good for Infused. Can I get anything more here?
Yeah, Niels is in a horrible predicament here. You can see that he's now pinched. The playthrough connector is his worst nightmare. They can now just crossfire from either side, jump up on the box. And now here's Weber, though. He has been an integral piece in the Method puzzle. Stanley, if he can just hold the angle, play it off calmly, this is what it can happen. Now it's Weber down up against Mick and well. Yeah, that's just Weber through and through. 5 HP, the molly burning.
All right, bit of showmanship here now, Lauren.
There
Staying
he is.
alive, gets the AWP. With a burst by.
That was almost a smile, and then
Almost a smile, yeah.
a little bit of a head shake too.
I think Mick almost played himself there. Did you see, as soon as Weber saw the trajectory of where that incendiary came from, he's like, well, there you are. Thank you for doing my job for me. I'll take you down. No problem at all. Like, sure, he's trying to lock him in CT spawn, but it's very likely he's already changed position at that point. I think he needed to keep that incendiary in play for the bomb. Drop it on the bomb itself, and then maybe...
There it is, yeah. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a problem. Weber just took that all day long. He's a player that's going to love that sort of moment. He's happy to take the duel. As soon as you know where he is, know where you are, he'll take you down.
It's the first time, as much as he is an assertive player, we kind of saw him locked out of the game a couple of times. Cobblestone, not able to really get into it much, always on the kind of other side of things. Here, you can see the amount he can play back into this. I guess that's Mirage a little bit more than Cobblestone, but anyway, we'll come back to that later as Aaron's already going to find Weber. That's a big scalp to claim. Bit of a headhunter move from Aaron, as that's going to alleviate so much pressure. Let's see if Method can find a way back into this, though. They fall back to CT side aggression when they go down to the 4 players, and it looks like Stanley's already going to be keeping that in mind. Pushing up through those B apartments, getting a little bit of control, and middle is pretty much in the hands of Infused for now.
Like this from Stanley, though. This is the reaction from the CTs, knowing they've lost that player towards middle in the form of Weber. Stanley has to step up here and try and get a frag in return. CSGO is a reaction-based game, but the reaction's coming in from Infused this time, as they find 2 more kills and should guarantee the round here. It's Jenko and CD Spawn, the last line of defense on the A bomb site. I don't think he goes to this one. It's not really worth it. Might as well just keep the money up. Go for some frags, sure, but don't fully commit. Let's try and keep Infused modest going forward.
Red Snake just taking a deep breath, hoping the shot just doesn't randomly land through the smoke. He's
really
fine.
would hate to see that, wouldn't he?
It's just not fun, is it? And they aren't going to be able to walk away with these guns. Looking where they are, there could be a chase. Aaron's not too far off. Jenko's aware that could be a chance, a bit of a possibility. See, he's you know, keeping it in mind. He's going to hear these steps. Oh, that's a tag, really? All right, fair enough. That's fine.
He's staying alive, isn't he? He's doing a good job with that USP. Manages to take down 1 more kill there, but Infused looking pretty calculated that round, doing a good job. But they got the first pick there. That's what they needed, right? 1 pick, get the 5-on-4, and it looks like it's coming together a little bit more now. Still a lot of work to do here, but get 10-5, Lauren. I'm still not that mad about the half. I'm still thinking this is my map pick. I can convert this in the next half, but 2 players do survive.
No, I'm there with you. I think that Infused know that as well. I'd hate to be a player and have someone like Niels behind me half the time, though. You know what I mean? When it's going well, it feels great, but then when someone like that is quiet, you feel it even more. You start to feel that.
Well, that's what you
well,
see from some of the coaches. Like, sure, a lot of them are very emotional, but they're still, when you see like Zonic, for example, right? He's still behind Astralis and still like giving them the massages and telling them everything's all right. When they miss a shot, telling them it's all good. Instead of arguing, telling them what they did wrong, he's just kind of reassuring them, telling them everything's gonna be okay. Just focus on the next round, right? And I think that's what you need. Sure, it's great to have a player or a coach who's there when you're winning, but you need him to be there when you're losing as well, I think.
And I absolutely agree. I think that's the balance I'd like to be seeing struck there. If this lineup continues as it is, if they keep going in this, I'd like to see that being their next go-to. But for now, Infused in a far greater position, at least money-wise at this point, considering Method, CZ's out 5-7. Still have Jenko and Stanley looking pretty decent at this point. How do they use them?
Well, we'll see what they can do here. It is certainly the force by the Method, but first kill not quite coming in just yet as Stanley goes down to 42 points of health. And Red Snake with good information here could find the first kill. He does spot a pixel of pulse there. 180, he's trying to take him down. Doesn't quite happen for him just yet. But decent information here. He's getting towards shore, maybe towards the window room. That's the flashbang we wanted to see earlier. We didn't see that before, and it was a bit of a blunder, but do have control of the ladder room now.
There it is. Small things can make a big difference, though.
Just that one flash would have made that round okay for them, you know? That's the only flash they needed.
Ooh, Niels. Niels could be emphasizing. That's nice from Mick, though. Jenko was one of the main men you wanted to look at as well. He had the bigger gun. He could have done something, but Oh, Niels. Niels, this could be everything. He's going to hear it all. He's got to. They have not... Fry checks that? He must have heard the jump up, maybe? I don't know, but that is gutting.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how he knew that was happening. Surely if you know, you hear a player, you don't just check, I'll go check that in 6 seconds time. You turn around and kill him straight away, right? But still, I'd guess it all worked out in the end. It's going to be a pretty clean round there from Infused. Nothing really happening with the Method pistols now, and presumably that means the last round goes in their favor as well. That was a force buy in that round just then, meaning they probably don't have that much money to work with, which is reflected right now on your screens. 2 UMPs for Method, a lesser SMG, and 3 pistols as well. It's not ideal after such a successful campaign on the first half. Like I said, Infused get 10-5, they're right back in this game.
Mollies continue to burn through connector. Pulse, that's a shot. So Mick lands a blinder, back and forth we go. Trials will be there to trade eventually. Doesn't want to risk it, doesn't go too early. He obviously doesn't want to lose his rifle, but he will be there just fine nonetheless. Now, let's look where the two situations for these teams start to really build. Fry solo playing out towards A at the moment. He has no one there with him, kind of doing all on his lonesome. 2 towards middle, 1 towards B. If he's not really stacking out anywhere, going for anything fast, just taking the time, feeling out where the CT side are.
Well, a chance though, at least, when they get their first pick. Final round of the first half here. Method, they pick this one up, steal it away from Infused. They're in a great position going to that second half and likely to tie up the series here at 1-1. But Infused, we know they're desperate at 2-0 here. They're not going to go down without a fight. And we'll see whether they can manage to convert this last round. They have the advantage in terms of the weaponry. 4 AK-47s, all of which are positioned towards the B apartments. This is what we call the contact play. We described this before. Go in until the CTs find out where you are, and then that's your cue to go. Hopefully find the first frag and go in together, but maybe have to drop a few smokes here. But it's Weber. Another lovely shot with the Deagle.
And he's got time to readjust here as well. Where does he pick? Which angle does he hold? He's got so many options, so many threats aboard, and Trials just find him. That's going to clear out that B side. Bombs to be planted. Jenko and Niels trying to play it back through, but Fry already finds Niels. It's just Jenko trying to keep this favorable towards Method. They will retain numbers, but a 10-5 half is very, very viable, and there it is. He runs in, he tries to get it done, but Infused just gather enough. 5 rounds gives you a window to work with.
It's definitely enough. 5 rounds in anyone's book is still a winnable game. It was looking dire. They were down, what, at 10-2 at one point as well, but they managed to claw their way back into it. I think both teams will be okay with that half. Like we said, Infused definitely went a little bit too quiet, I think. Method is difficult to gauge them. They never really have any emotion whatsoever, but still very decent half from them. Great assertive stuff in terms of the CT dynamic play, changing the setup, getting aggressive there, moving the AWP around. Weber looking strong. He's in B, he's in A, he's pushing middle. He looked like he was coming to life there on that CT half, but pistol could be very important here. If you're the Method side, you win this pistol, you potentially get 13-5 on the board, which at this sort of position, I would say is very likely you win the game. If Infused win it, they're right back into this, and we could have another 16-14 game in hands. I kind of hope that happens again, as I loved the tension towards the end of Cobblestone. I thought that was quite exciting. Just in a sense, you could see the nerves coming through and the blunders happening, like really easy sort of situation. That boost highlighted where they were mentally at that point. Just checked out. Everyone's kind of panicking, arguing, bickering, and you could see why Counter-Strike is such an awesome game and how it kind of leads people down those emotional rabbit holes, you know.
Certainly does. All right, let's see if the if we go any deeper down this rabbit hole. As 10-5, Method win this. Let's say they get this pistol, they run with it for a little bit. Things look good for them.
Here we go.
Weber is on the Deeg, and it's, ooh, that's a little bit uncomfortable for him. Already getting dinked down. He still can do so much, but Trials, that's lovely. Keeps attention there, does damage, but Django fights back. Again, big work. Weber still kicking as well, keeps things pretty interesting, but bomb planted. It's a 3v3 retake. Still very capable for Infused to do some damage here.
Yeah, very tense now. Jenko missing a few shots, but does damage towards Fry. You really need to nail that. That's an easy kill, really. But 3-on-3 still. CTs with the defuse and a smoke as well. That's the key situation. But Fry, he does go down. Jenkins starting to hit some shots now, making up for it. There's the double kill. And now just down to Mick. Surely he doesn't get anything in this round. Don't give him anything. Set up the crossfire. Make him get on that bomb.
Oh, that's a shot and a half. Here we go, 1v1. How much can you do here? Ring a roses we go, and Niels is buying time, and that's all he's got to do. As said, not pretty, not something you want to look back on again, but it gets the job done.
It looks like just when things are cemented, you've got the round, you've got that trifecta of doom, everyone starts facing him and giving an opportunity to find a kill. Make him touch a bomb, boys. Just make him get on there. No, stop facing him. But still, it was a nice shot from Mick, I have to say, to even get it down to the situation. He could have won the round, but like you said, Weber running around the bomb site, making things impossible, and it has to be the force bite from Infused. Lose this, it's that deadly situation I could describe before. 13-5, touching distance of taking the second map. Big round here.
gone for it with whatever they can. Really 5-7s, UMPs, CZ, Scout with Fright. If he gets a couple of tags, this becomes very, very scary. You have 2 rifles up, Pulse on the Galil, AK on Jenko. Weber looking to really be a nuisance at B. Considering he plays B, you know what it's like when he feels that pressure as well, so he wants to make it as uncomfortable as possible. You can see that Infused having to forgo completely towards playing in middle. Smoke towards window comes through. There it is. Maybe start to build that mid-pressure now.
Tension mounting now. Infused with the Scout, the UMP. This is a force buy. Mick with the SMG trying to do what he can, but pretty standard hold from the CT so far. As Method get control of middle and the B apartments as well. Not really clear as to where they'll finish as of yet. Going up towards short, I guess it'll be the B split eventually. Mick Molotov'd off. Surely we flash before he has a chance to find a frag here. Nilzino get a face check it. Take some damage here, but Mick with the flashbang himself has to battle.
Yeah, Stanley's position as well is a nice bit of, I guess, life insurance down the line. You're going to have the pinch in there anyway, and it's just nicely done from Method. All-encompassing, very hard to deal with. Trials completely locked out. And actually, most of them were, to be fair. That was a very nicely played out round from Method. This was the thing. We looked at Method, and this is the potential you see quite often. Individual players, a lot of, I guess, capability as a team, but internal issues, whatever it may be, has clearly hindered this side, because you just haven't seen the consistency of this.
Absolutely, I tend to agree. Well, that was the force buy from Infused, Lauren. And now, not finding a single frag means they have to go full eco to the next round, and potentially that first gun round as well. They don't have the AWP, they don't have the diffuse kit, they don't have the full array of utility as well. This is why I've been saying it for years and years ago. I feel like the pro level scene, especially that force buy on the CD side, is going to start. We're going to start seeing a lot less of that, which we did in the major especially. But Infused, they're in a difficult place. They needed a bit of a miracle here, so all 5 players going in for it. Didn't work out for them. Not a single kill picked up, and there it is. Another round for Method on the board, and it has to be the full eco now from the boys at Infused. Not really hearing the sort of fire here. Let's see if we can maybe get an inkling as to what they're planning for the next round.
We should go towards, like, put pressure on A and, like, peek it a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to peek A. Like.
All right, just simple stuff. They know they're going to full eco, right? So just stick together as a 5-man unit. Go for that pick, sure. It's going to be Pulse, I believe, who goes for that pick. He's in towards a B, or I should say A apartments, Palace, if you will. And so far, so good. Weber utilising that Molotov to try and flush out his CTs there. Not doing anything for it just yet.
And you can see Weber going through the mental checklist he has for B. Molly out this area, check for maybe the boost spot if someone's trying to spot from further back, where he was playing quite nicely with the deagle as well. So it's always nice to play back into a spot that you play, because you go through what it's like to have to deal with it yourself. And he's drawn a lot of players over there. Of course, Infuse going to respond to what they can. They have limited amounts, so why not try and make something stick with it? You know, stack out B, maybe something works. They have the flash, they have trials as well. He's over by A. So he's the one maybe swing player that could maybe make something happen here. Very, very unlikely. Red Snake, spotting out that. And the flash doesn't quite get him. Molly, nicely run through in the end. Niels was the one to find that. Not even Jenko. So at the end of the day, mid control has been won. Hopefully they don't get too split apart and, you know, disintegrate. Let's look at what Trials is already up to. This could be a worrying issue. If he spots the bomb before he strikes, that could be a danger. Let's keep eyes on Jenko here, because he can hinder the bomb plot. Oh, lovely awareness from Niels. Not sure if he showed up maybe on the map for one of the other players, but truly keeping that in mind.
Well, there we go. Trials shut down. We did see him in the Palace, the only player with an upgraded pistol there, but another clean sweep here. This is certainly the bonus round now for Method. They know they've had the force buy in the CTs in the second round. They've got SMGs. We're probably going to see a few TD players out head armor as well. If I'm on the Method side right now, I'm Dilzini. I'm saying we're doing something fast. We're hitting them as quickly as we possibly can, denying them refrags, staying as a 5-man unit, and just sticking together, using those SMGs at close range and something. This is a ton of talent. You're not doing a default in these sort of rounds. You're doing something off the bat. You're just calling what you have in mind. You're going for it. As I said, 4 players of our head armor, Lauren, up against a Galil and 3 SMGs as well. This is such a difficult round for Infused. No orbs, no diffuse kits, no incendiaries, and towards B. Keep it simple. Try and find this first pick, and this is looking very promising for Method, I have to say.
At this rate, Henry, I actually believe that you're an in-game leader once upon a time.
Right.
You know, this is all looking a little bit likely. Here we go. Red Snake forced off this, of course, a little vulnerable. No head armor here. Could be torn up by these, and he doesn't even get the chance to. It's the AK to take him down. Jenko is there. Dismembers him, and Fry is fighting back. The bomb will be planted in the meantime. We're going to see the retake build. The man, you could maybe look at his trials again, see if you can get the timing right, but Pulse is considering this already. Ice trained towards this very angle, but fluffs his lines, the shot doesn't land, and now Trials is unleashed. Flash comes in, that's short now, blind. Niels feels isolated, he is, and he's got a 1v3. Oh, this is big! A 1v1! Trials just round the corner. Kneels. Does he know it? Will he guess? Will he get the timing right? Oh, it's a disaster for him. He fought so hard, but in the end, Trials will come through.
Oh,
and even with the time being this close, the defuse should be his.
The problem is, though, they only keep one player alive there. The defuse will be coming in. That was the bonus round, but sure. Method have got money for days here. They can bring out the double orb setup on the T-sub if they wanted to, just to kind of paint a picture for you. They've got so much cash available. Nils, there it is, just a bit of a smile. I saw some emotion there. Maybe someone cracked a joke and said, well done, mate, that was quite good. Didn't quite win the round, but it was a good effort, you know, A for effort. But just a headline there as well. One player surviving on a really difficult buy for the CTs. They can't really invest that spectacular around this one. They couldn't save much, and they'll save one M4 and have to buy around. It'll be like Famus's M4s, lack of utility once again. They need to be working half of these frags. Lose this round, game's pretty much over. This is do or die time for the Infused side.
I just think
we have 20 seconds.
I just think Brandon just make sure, yeah, you come out the top mid, yeah, you smoke connector and you run back A. Yeah? Okay. Brandon just jumps down mid, yeah, faces connector while I run up short, and then you have two outside A.
Incredibly last minute to be calling out.
And Reese, go outside A, yeah.
This much.
Neil.
I can swap Carrigan from outside A. That makes it easier.
Do it then, do that then.
Just the short smoke.
Well, just discussing in their tactical timeout how they're going to approach the next situation. It's nice to kind of get an insight as to where the kind of mental state of the team is right now. And we can see they are planning some sort of ad hoc sort of strategy, working on where the picks will come in, where they can position their star players, and hopefully deliver the goods here. Like I said, the money for Infused is going to be poor. A couple of Famuses, a scout for Fry. I'm not sure that's the right call, but we'll see if it works out for him. Get to round number 20. I'm not sure how efficient his scout is, but it's certainly not ideal. Pulse looking for aggression. I said the CTs had to work after this line, and oh my goodness, what that?
Is he on the gear, Henry?
He might be.
There's something happening here. Can someone... Oof, that was a little bit spicy, to say the least. Well, Pulse is starting to feel it, isn't he? Mix left scratching his head. Well, where's the rest of my team gone? This is all falling apart. You can't say much about that sort of hit.
That was kind of sick, I have to say. Well played, Pulse. Known to be a very talented player. We haven't really seen him much in recent months, but, you know, that's very good indeed.
Very nice.
World-class player, I have to say. I don't see that every day. Well, that was a round that must have been for Infused. A damn squib in the end, unfortunately for them. Not a single frag picked up. Shut down, but the problem was, like I said, they got only one player surviving there, Famus's scouts, and they had to try and work hard with that first pick. That's why he pushed towards Palace, but as I said, lose this round, it's pretty much over. That's a harsh reset now. They get $1,400 per player, which they almost had nothing in that previous round as well, so it's almost guaranteed to beat.
What on earth is that? Can we slow that down and just watch it again and again? Because... As I said, that's world-class level of kind of adjustment on the second then. It's just not often you see it being that crisp, but great stuff for him. This round not so exciting. Well, it shouldn't be. Infused, of course, feeling the pressure from the money, just not building. This could be Method to match point here, get to that 15-round marker, if all goes well at least. As it should.
We'll see what happens. It's unfortunately for Infused, they have to force buy it with the $1,400. The pistols, the armor, they've lost that first frag as well. It's looking very likely to be Method stealing the second map away. It's kind of quite rare to see players, or teams I should say, taking each other's map picks. This is Mirage, what Infused wants to play. It seems to be falling apart for them here though. Map point almost certainly coming in here, but PG-15s and 5.7s. We'll see if they can find anything here. It's Pulse. Great performance towards Palace in the previous round. Can he step up here?
Do the same again, Pulse, would you?
Give us another.
Yeah, so let's, in review, you hit the most filthy kind of adjustment in the round before, and then a player slowly walking away. Nah, it's a bit tricky, that one. Pulse, though, going to hear that molly, finding connection. So this is all kind of, I guess, working out where Infused are. This is a walk in the park. This is what you'd expect from this sort of round, and kind of what you hope to see from Method. Maybe not expecting on this map, not after that first map either, but maybe that little bit of vengeance they want to strike down. If we can't make it, well, neither can you. There's opportunity now. We've left it open to anyone else to try and come in and try and pressure you guys out of this. This is what it does. Maybe Endpoint can now get a chance at it. The others still have a very, very thin chance of maybe doing something. We'll see if the numbers line up afterwards. I'm curious if it does, but the numbers that don't line up, Henry, are the Infused bank account.
Yeah, this is just the worst place you can be in CS. You got map point up against you, the money's in the bin. Morale's out the window. Get the picture as we have fast play. Janko gets that first shot, making a double as he takes down Aaron as well, and that should be it. Map 2 will be going in favor of the Method boys, and there it is. One player remaining. That's poor old Red Snake now. Not the most exciting second map. The first map was great, Lauren. We had some really up and down, emotional roller coaster Counter-Strike there, but this one, not so much. Team Infused didn't really show up, and they've left the server already. Red Snake, they're not believing.
You're not going to have the
surprises. He's just gone before the map even ends. But there it is. Method, no celebration, of course, but they do win the game. And it will be a split series here, 1-1.
This is the thing that always gets us about Method, isn't it? At least for me, that you see the potential every now and then, kind of like that little ray through the clouds of like, if only everything worked out. Yeah. And then you see, obviously, a bit of a shattered lineup, it feels. And well, at the end of the day, Infused can't be pleased either.
No,
obviously.
I think if they got the 3 points today, that really means they're going to be almost cemented that 4th place, right? But a little bit disheartening for them, but promising stuff from Method. Some of the